21 million views for a cat eating caviar.
It's peak RichTok absurdity. Her content offers this potent escape. It's a dream world planning a wedding in Lake Como, incredible food, luxury everywhere. It's pure fantasy fuel.
But it's not just fantasy.
That's the key. There's just enough real life, the demanding job, the cute story, to make it feel weirdly almost attainable. Hardworking girl finds true love, builds this incredibly elegant life, and invites you along. In a world that often feels chaotic, that clear narrative of happily ever after unfolding is really powerful and comforting for a lot of people.
Today, we're looking at the rise of the ultra-wealth influencer. Becca Bloom. You've seen influencers selling things, performing.
Yeah, pushing products, the usual.
Imagine someone who doesn't need to do any of that.
And somehow makes it captivating.
Captivating and strangely aspirational for millions. Maybe you've seen her. Plating her cat's breakfast on a Versace dish. Or talking about her Lake Como wedding. She's basically become the, well, queen of RichTok. She posted her first video January 2025, and boom. Less than 6 months later, she's got 3.5 million followers.
Yeah, it's fascinating how someone born into immense wealth crafts a brand that somehow connects even with people facing real economic stress.
That's such a key point. We'll look at her background, which is maybe not what everyone expects. Explore the strategies she uses, intentional or maybe just intuitive. And of course, we have to touch on the criticisms because that always follows this level of success. So her real name's Rebecca Ma. She's 25. Grew up in Atherton, California.
Which, for context, is like the wealthiest zip code in the U.S. Average home price, nearly $8 million.
Yeah, Silicon Valley billionaire territory. And the cost of living is like 252% of the national average. It's a completely different world.
It really is. Her parents, Simon Yiming Ma and Heidi Chow, built their fortune in tech and real estate, founded a company called Camelot Information Systems, huge software player in China, Asia, Pacific.
So we're talking significant global level business success, not just, inheriting a trust fund.
It's entrepreneurial wealth on a pretty massive scale, which informs the whole picture, but also the stories about her childhood.
The strict rules, no praise for participation.
Right. If you didn't win, you got a debrief. Analyzing what went wrong, what to do better.
And certain phrases were just forbidden, like, I'm not good at this, or it's too late now.
Those details, they show this background of intense discipline. She went to the Menlo School. She trained in ballet, played tennis. She was a math Olympian, and even on the ball team, like robotics. Then she went on to USC, got a degree from the Marshall School of Business in business, economics, and law. And even while she was at USC, she worked part-time at Microsoft organizing PR events. She did research for Yale, Stanford, the China Development Research Fund.
So already building a pretty serious resume. She works in financial technology.
Right.
But even before that, she co-founded Hearth Wireless Chargers back in 2018.
And Studipol.
Your online peer tutoring platform. Apparently served over 150,000 students in China, underprivileged vocational students. She founded it, launched it, and then sold it.
This is someone who seems very directed, very high-achieving.
And her fiancé, David Pownall, also comes from wealth. He's a Canadian software engineer, used to be at Google, now at Amazon. Makes you think of that saying.
The rich just keep getting richer.
Yeah.
And those signature videos are just iconic. That cat breakfast, salmon sashimi, quail eggs, and salmon roe caviar.
On the Versace charger plate, which costs like $400 US. 21 million views for a cat eating caviar.
It's peak RichTok absurdity. And then there was the dog's meal too, right? Prepared by a chef.
Oh, yeah. Purple rice, shredded chicken, free-range eggs, bone broth.
Her own abalone breakfast.
One of the most expensive shellfish ever.
Yep. The office fashion looks.
Yes.
I think Becca Bloom isn't just showing off her life. She's, consciously or not, running a masterclass in subtle branding. It's a mix of psychology, aesthetics, and storytelling.
Okay, break that down.
Strategy one has got to be escapism and aspiration. Think about the current climate, economic anxiety, uncertainty.
Right, things are tough for a lot of people.
Her content offers this potent escape. It's a dream world planning a wedding in Lake Como, incredible food, luxury everywhere. It's pure fantasy fuel.
But it's not just fantasy.
That's the key. There's just enough real life, the demanding job, the cute story, to make it feel weirdly almost attainable.
Mm-hmm.
It gives viewers this little emotional reward, like maybe one day, or at least lets them live vicariously.
Okay, so next, her transparency.
She is surprisingly upfront about her privilege. I think that's key. She doesn't seem to be trying to be relatable. She's not pretending she's just like her followers.
Compare her to, say, Emma Chamberlain, who built her whole brand on being relatable.
Or someone like Mei Lung, who's all about the massive spending hauls, very upfront flaunting.
Becca's different. Her videos aren't screaming, "Look how much I spent."
It genuinely feels more like a super rich friend FaceTiming you from her walk-in closet.
Yes, sharing her day, not her receipts.
In a world where influencers often go overboard proving their status, Becca Bloom just is. She'll casually say something like, "Oh, my mom just got back from Tokyo with her sales assistant for her shopping trip."
And somehow it doesn't sound obnoxious.
It's the delivery, the overall vibe.
The tone's calm, the editing's smooth,
Mm-hmm.
and the visuals, they're polished, not
Mhm.
flashy. It creates this, intimacy.
But also exclusivity. It makes her unapologetically rich. But then she balances it by emphasizing her work ethic, that finance job, the strict upbringing. It creates this feeling of authenticity. She seems chill about her wealth, not defensive or overly boastful. It builds trust because she's not trying to be someone she's not. It kind of grounds the fantasy a bit. It makes this incredibly unrelatable lifestyle feel not relatable, but maybe accessible or at least watchable, even if they might normally resent that level of wealth.
But what we see is just a very carefully curated slice of her life.
It's still a performance, however authentic it might feel.
It's a clever balance. And it feeds into the next point, creating that connection, that feeling of friendship, parasocial bonding through vulnerability.
Absolutely. She cultivates this illusion of friendship by sharing little imperfections, talking about her routines, her quirks, even giving advice sometimes.
Yeah.
She admits she doesn't always have it all figured out.
And there's that touch of humor, too. Maybe unintentional sometimes. It shows she's not taking herself too seriously, which makes people like her more.
It makes viewers feel like they can root for her, especially as she shares big life events like wedding planning, career stuff, her love for her pets.
You become invested.
Totally. You're not just watching her lifestyle, you're following her story. It builds loyalty way beyond just casual viewing.
She's living out a kind of modern fairy tale for her audience. Which leads into the next strategy, the princess formula. Sounds a bit Disney, but I see it.
It really maps onto those archetypes, doesn't it? She's beautiful, very soft-spoken, obviously wealthy, and comes across as kind. She presents this clear, aspirational story. Hardworking girl finds true love, builds this incredibly elegant life, and invites you along. The wedding content is prime fairy tale stuff. The dresses, the venues, the fashion halls fit too. And in a world that often feels chaotic, that clear narrative of happily ever after unfolding is really powerful and comforting for a lot of people.
And she keeps people hooked by not giving everything away at once. Curiosity, gaps, and anticipation.
Classic marketing, done very effectively. She teases things. You get bite-sized glimpses, the next wedding update, a hint about travel, a luxury purchase she's thinking about, another childhood story.
So you have to come back, see what happens next.
It creates this psychological itch. You need to know the outcome. It keeps followers engaged, checking back, anticipating the next post. Turns passive viewers into active fans.
Smart. And finally, something seemingly simple, but probably quite powerful. Her name and brand memorability. Becca Bloom.
That alliteration, the two B's, makes it catchy, easy to recall. Marketing psychology tells us alliteration boosts memory and can even make things seem more elegant or authoritative. It fits her polished brand perfectly. It's subtle, maybe not even fully intentional branding, but her name itself helps package her as this luxury brand in human form.
It's a really effective multi-layered approach. Whether it's all deliberate or partly instinctive, it works incredibly well. But this kind of success, built on such visible wealth, attracts criticism.
And it often taps into wider societal feelings.
Like that comment, "No one is riching right."
That reflects a sentiment out there that maybe there's just no ethical way to be that rich in an age of inequality.
The most common criticism directed at her specifically, the lack of public advocacy.
People point out she has this huge platform, immense privilege, but you don't really see her, at least not publicly, using it to champion social causes. When she posts about six-figure shopping trips, the comment sections light up with people saying that money could be used so much better helping people.
Instead of on designer clothes or caviar for the cat.
It becomes a symbol, a focal point for that whole debate about resource allocation and the moral duties of the super rich. It's not just about her buying a handbag. It's about what that purchase represents to many people.
So Becca Bloom is this Really interesting paradoxes. By tapping into these universal desires we all have for escape, for connection.
Her content creates this dream world people can step into.
Exactly. What does the Becca Bloom phenomenon tell us about our society's relationship with wealth online? Is her content just harmless escapism? Or does it highlight the growing gap between the haves and the have-nots?
Something to think about.
In this series, we dive into the chaos of influencer culture and unpack the wild, unpredictable world of social media. Each week, we're here to break down everything from viral trends to outrageous stunts. If that's your thing, like and subscribe for more.